Hello everybody, this is Sonya. I've come on here today. I was interrupted. I tried to start this, but I was interrupted. This bit sticky tape was. Today we're going to make this, okay? Now, I was saying that he could be considered to be a stump work piece because he's three-dimensional a bit. Now it's either a grasshopper or a praying mantis. I don't know. It looks like a grasshopper. Okay. And when I did this, I did it on a piece of satin with a bit of calico, which you don't need to have more than one thickness because you're not using any sort of wire or anything. So it has got a lot of things on the back. But if you've got a piece that's reasonably solid and you're not going to be, well, you won't be washing him or anything, so you need a nice piece of open weave fabric. When I did this, I was way back in the beginning of my work, and it wasn't hard to do, but I find that if you want to learn to do something and you're only learning, you should probably go the best way, but a good way, you know what I mean? He'll look fine on here. This is open weave and it's going to be a lot easier for me to use because you're going to be using some wool, right? Because you need wool. So I've got this beautiful piece here that I think it was worth $9 a ball. $9 a ball. Sonia was lucky enough to pick this up for a couple of dollars or $1. I got a few balls of that. Now, I've had it for a very, very long time. Well, a few years anyway. You're also going to need some sort of, let's see, that's for his body, right? You're also going to need some sort of thing for his wing. So I have got organza ribbon here. Now that one's thick, but it's okay, it would work. I've actually got a mauve one because I'm thinking, you could go astray and do that. And I've got a blue one, and I've got a green piece here. Now, I don't know if you can hear the noise, but they're building a house down the road. And there's been cement trucks there all morning. Used a lot of cement. Excuse me, must have used a lot of cement. This one here is a little bit wider still. And if you can get some organza ribbon, it is not expensive. You don't have to buy it. These are on the ribbon things that I've got, but this one here is a good size. It just depends when we get there what we sort of feel like we're going to use. So we need just one piece of that, like a tiny piece from there to there. That's all you need. Okay, now I've done this with variegated thread, so I have a couple of different lots here. I don't know which one I used. Maybe that one, I think it was, by the look of this. And then, of course, I've got a plain green one. And you just need 2 beads for his eyes, and they're just a couple of pieces of ribbon, silk ribbon. You're going to need a big father needle, as I say, a father needle. You'll need something like that. And I went and got in my needle drawer and I got out this because you need this to be able to thread the wool through, okay? Then you're going to need another large type needle, which I got somewhere here. When would I do that? I want a long one because we're going to be doing a lot of cast on stitches and so forth, okay? Now don't get scared because you're only going to go through this wool with it a couple of times. You're not going to sew with the wool and this big needle all the way because that's not going to be very pleasant, is it? So first of all, I'm going to make a tiny little line on the, I think that's not a pencil, that's a pen. I don't want a pen. Don't want a biro, I want a pencil. Okay, just a little bit of a guide because I want to make sure that he goes properly. So he sort of sits up a bit, doesn't he? So we want a head here, maybe here, not too far. Maybe there's a head space there. Then we're going to have this bit going down here, like so. And then over there's another piece that goes down here for his tail. Okay. You don't have to draw this in, you can please yourself, but I just wanted to have something I could follow that's reasonably right. Now, of course, that part there of his body is just is his top bit. So this bit here will go longer. It's sort of, the wing is going to come off here, okay? So this part of his body goes down around there. And then, of course, we'll just put in the legs later. You know, this, there, you know, imaginary lines for legs. But for these pieces here, I need a bit of a guide to see how far I want to put this in there. Right. Now, I've got, when I did this one, I think I used some piece of chenille stuff behind that. But I'm going to use this because this will work just as good. I mean, this wool will work just as good. And it's really nice, isn't it? So I'm going to use a dark, this is a dark-ish bit, isn't it? Yes. And then I might put on his back, on the back part of him, something here. Piece of this, maybe. Now, you don't have to have this sort of wool. You can find yourself anything, any sort of wool, as long as you've got enough to make a few thicknesses of it. Put it down. There's a few thicknesses. So you need a bit of each, and that's heaps. You know, there's plenty there, plenty. Okay, now, well, this part here won't take very long to do. I'm sure it won't. Oh, well, just depends how we go. All right, now we'll thread the needle. Because this wool is really good, it should go through there, all right, because flat. We'll see what happens, though. You never know, Sonya. It might be here till, you know, the cows come home or something, like Pam would say. It goes through, look at that. And that's what you need. See, this wool is really good because it's not been twisted and that. It's just, oh, it's beautiful stuff. But anyway, if you get the twisted one, you know, like an ordinary ball of wool, you can still use that. It's not gonna make a difference. Okay, so we'll start down here, and we're going to come up through the back. And I think that might be too long. Maybe I should have used this bloke here as a bit of a guide how long I want his body. Yes, that's about right. Look at that. That's not bad. That's not bad. So we're going to come up through the back, and because I've got an open weave fabric, look, you can see through it, and it's only got it's got the warp and the weft threads going, and that's all. There's no, it's 1/1. It's all 1/1, righto? And that's what we need to have. You can get, if you get it tightly knit, tightly woven thing, it's going to be a bit harder to get all this through. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to pull that up there and hang on to that, and then I've got to go up here, right, with this, and I'm going to put 2 rows, I think. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to come in the same hole. Hang on to your thread in the back so you don't pull it through. Okay, and then I'm going to go down up there. All right. And that, I think, will be the top end of him. So then I'm going to come up here. I want this to be down a little tiny bit so he looks like he's standing properly. I hope I haven't got him. He's sitting up. He's sitting up a bit, isn't he? Yeah. He probably is more of a praying mantis than anything else. But look, if I go straight across here with this, I can, in my work, get him to go down a bit so he's got a bit of a curve to him, okay? And then I'm going to go down in this one. Come back up this way. Well, you can go through there next to it if you want to, as long as you don't go back through the same space. Then you haven't got as much stuff on the back of it. There. And oh shoot, I pulled it, I caught hold of it. Oh dearie me. He cat's in the bedroom, running around flat out here now, I can hear him. He's sort of having a bit of a game today. So now I want to come down about that far, I think. And just, there he goes up the, oh, my husband's not going to be very happy with him. He's running up the screen door. Jeremy must have been outside. He's probably down there watching them cement something. And up there. So when you do him, he's going to taper off down like that, okay? So he's going to be thinking that's right. Maybe not quite. I'm not really happy with that direction. We'll start again on that bit. if I'm going to take it down there like that, I'm going to need another piece. Whether I put it, maybe I should put it above it. Maybe I'll put it above here. I'm sure I just heard the podiatrist ring and give me a different date, and I'm sure it's later than I wanted it. I had it for 24th, I think. Because I could hear Jeremy talking to him, or the lady. They made it longer. So therefore, that doesn't impress me. But anyway, what are you going to do? It can't be helped, I imagine. Okay, so I'm going to come right over here. I might even go down in there a bit. There we go. And that'll help it sit down a bit better. All right, now I'll cut that off. It should not leave or go anywhere, hopefully. Hopefully it won't get out unless I pull it out accidentally, of course. Now, only the top bit had the second colour in it. Whether this is right colour or not, I don't know, but it's going to be what I'm going to put on mine today anyway. So just like it. So you want to just, the thickness is what you're looking for, good thickness. Even when you start off, there could be an issue where you may have to put another thing through. It just depends how much you flatten it down when you're putting this thread over the top of it, because you've got to put thread over the top of it, of course. Okay, so now I'm going to go up through the back of here and try not to catch the other wool on there. Try not to catch some other pieces of wool. So I'm doing this in a frame that you get your pictures in, because I've got two of these ones here. One was too small and the other one's too big. So I had to go through this, and they work pretty good. They really are good. They don't, sometimes them other ones, the nuts will loosen on them. These ones here, they stay the same, so they're pretty cool. Okay, so we're going to put that down here. Now, I don't remember, I know I just copied that piece off, I copied him off a picture, and I can't remember whether I did which bit of him I did first, or how it went. I think that's about right. So all I did was put another row, and I put the mauve colour row down there, like so. Okay. He has a little bit of a gap in there, doesn't he? I might be able to fill that in later. We're not going to worry about that just for the time being, I don't think. I'm just thinking about this little bit here, because his wing's going to come from there, and his legs. So you just don't know, what it'll look like. So we're just going to go with this here now, for now. Right. Now we need a single strand of something that's a little bit, that's not bad. I'll go with this one. This colour thread here. I'll get the wrong pair of scissors, of course. Okay, so we're going to couch this down. In the fashion that we would like. One strand. Yeah, I'm going to see that a bit, but that's all right, because of course you would see his bits and pieces, wouldn't you, on him? You wouldn't be just completely... Okay. So while I'm doing this, I can catch some of this the back of it too while I'm at it. But I'm just going to go up here, and I'm going over the front part, the green bit first, okay? So I'll go down in the back from there. Now you're going to come up underneath this. You want to go in underneath the pieces that you've got, and you're going to come over to the top of it, about there. Not too tight, don't pull it down too tight, okay? You still want him to still be there when you're finished, if you understand. So just go back and go across the top of it like that. So you see what we're doing? We're just going over the top of him. Now it's real easy to sew through this because it's not too, this fabric's really good. So I think that's going to help you a real lot when you go to do this, is your fabric. Make sure you pick the right piece, won't you? I may have even been able to put another thickness of that thread, that wool through there. I just don't know if he's still thick enough. I don't want to pull him down too tight. I want him to be, you know, substantial. You need him to be there. Mate, he's got sections on his body. He must have, because I'm making sections on his body now. He has got his sections on his body. Righto. Now come up here. So I'm catching a lot of the wool, and that's good. But these have got to be separate from the other ones. Rightio. Now, where's this piece here? I'm going to take this one down. No, hang on a minute. I'm going to hold it down first, I think, because I did with that, with this piece. I held it down first, I think I did. I'm trying to see. Yeah, I did. Okay, so we're going to do the same with the back bit. Don't start at the end of it. Come underneath it. Come up underneath there, righto? And then bring it over like that. I just don't want him to be too skinny. You don't have to have a lot of segments, but you can have as many as you want to on him. Alright. God, this is fun. I'm not sort of shaping him very good, am I? Anyway, he'll be fine. He'll look all right when we're finished, won't he? Go up underneath there, Sonya. Come out the middle. When I was coming back through there, I didn't probably go underneath as far as I would have liked to have, but there's lots more work to be done on him yet, so we'll see how he works out. If he looks peculiar, well, we might have to do something about him, but hopefully he'll be fine. Now here I'm going to tighten it a bit more so it looks like it's thinner at the end of the tail. It will be. A lot thinner at the end of the tail. And now he's going to have, I'll just come back in that stitch that way. Righto. So now he's got a bit of a tailish looking thing, hasn't he? That's not it. That's nowhere near finished. Now we only just got started now, haven't we? We've only just put down the base part. Now we're going to sew it. Now we have to sew. Righto. So I'm going to get the variegated thread. I'll end this off at the back first. Oh no, I've got to do his top bit here, the purple part. Got to do the purple bit. Now this top piece doesn't have any well, a lot of sewing on it. It's just left like that, okay. And that's good because it looks all right. It looks all right. Thread this needle again. I think probably the bit on here that'll take you a little while will be the legs, but it's okay though, because once you get going, you know, you'll get it finished. Yeah, hang on to that, Sonya. Right, now we're going to go through here. Just wanted to put a head on him later, so he looks like he's actually. I'm going to come up through in under this part here, because I want to make sure this comes over to him. There we go. And come up in here. This bit's coming right over a bit. the other one, because it's done out of different wool, it's got that Chanel stuff I made him out of. So I don't know where my Chanel stuff, as you call it, is. But I think this will work all right. There we go. Where's that bit there? Okay. So on this other one, you can see that, like I said, it's a bit more fluffier. This part here, a bit fuller. I might have to see what I can do about that. There we go. On mine you can't see that, on mine, oh sorry, on that other one I did, you can't really see that it's, I don't know if I can fluff it up a bit, might wreck it if I do. I have to do that. Leave it like it is. Don't muck around with it, it'll be fine. So it looks like a grasshopper or whatever it is, but it finishes okay. Now I'm going to end this off here. I might be able to cut some of these longer bits off now so I can maybe getting caught in them. Okay. I have to have a mouthful of water, sorry about that. I just had a thought. I think I put that piece of Chanel stuff in one of these boxes. That wasn't it. But I've already done this now, so we're going to carry on regardless. Okay, so now I'm going to do some legs. Actually, I'll finish his body first. So that bit there is, well, I could do a leg or two, I suppose. We could do a couple of legs to... Oh, I've got to stop doing that. Sorry, keep it in the camera. No, I'll have to do the base of him first, because otherwise he'll get all out of whack, won't he? Rightio. So I'm going to use a variegated thread, which is this one here, I think is the best one, by the look of it. And I'm only going to use, I'm only going to do one strand. Can I have a look and see what I did before? Looks like I might have only used one. I could have used two. I don't know, two. I did two strands. And this is still going to be dark because it's... But that's okay. Start out with it like this. It's fine. Now you all know how to do bullion stitch, and if you don't, well, this is when you're going to learn, I suppose. Now, I do have a few things to talk about, because I have a few questions to answer. I don't know why I didn't get two threads, because I was supposed to. Paula, I think your name is. You're only new to my channel, or I think that's what you said. And you asked me about how I put the crazy patchwork pieces together, or the slow stitching pieces together. So they are actually parts of what you watched as part of the ones that went before it. And yes, I did show how, so I hope you can find those. If I can think of it to find the links for you, I will put them up there, but they are... I did do how to put them together. You did ask me how they would go in the washing. Well, you don't wash crazy patchwork. You just don't wash crazy patchwork. It's art. It's not something you can wash. I'm sorry. The only way you can wash your crazy patchwork is if you have got just cotton fabric with just machine stitching or hand stitching and nothing else on it, because we put embellishments and all that sort of stuff on it, and you cannot wash it. I'm sorry about that. You can sort of wipe it clean. You can vacuum it a bit carefully if you want to, but they're not actually things that you do wash. So anyway, so I'm sorry to tell you that, but you just can't do it because you'll ruin your work. So I guess people don't understand it, and that's just fine. If you didn't understand that you can't do that, but anyway, I've told you, and you can't wash it because then you'll ruin it, all your good work. I think that's all you asked me about. I don't know, and I don't know if there's any more queries. I don't remember now. So we're going to do some. Did you see what I did? I come up through there and I'm going down in there and up through there. Now you need a really long needle. Well, you do, because it's going to be helpful if you do. And you just hold your work like this. If it's in a hoop, it's a lot easier to work with. If you can't do a hoop, well, that's just fine too. This is just going to be a wrapped one, like a bullion stitch. 2, 3, hang on, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You need to make this, which has probably gone too far now, haven't I? You need to make that so it'll go over there, okay? And that's too long. I think that's too long. Okay. Bit more. Now we're going to pull this through. Hang on to it. Hang on to your needle. We have got this too tight, Sonia. I have been doing a lot of these bullion things just lately, and some of them not very successfully. I don't know why. I used to. Righto, there's one. I think that's nice. This is his the segments on his back, and I think I'm going to put it like, I'm not actually going to follow them. I'm going to do more. I'm going to do more like pieces of the segments of his body. Now that first one's disastrous. We're going to start all this again, aren't we? I'm going to stop it now, because if I didn't, I would be terribly disappointed, I'm sure, in the outcome of that. Gee, I hope I didn't cut that cotton from that other one. I just pulled it up a bit, did I? Take it through the back. Where's the knot? Here's the knot. Rightio. Do this again. I think this is balking me a bit, the colour. It's not too dark. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is too dark. Where's this other bit here? When you get right down to that. That one there might be a bit better. Let's see what this is like. I just wanted it to turn out pretty much the same, and it's not going to happen, I suppose. You can't do that, I guess. It's not something that haven't got the right thread. It nearly hit the camera again. I've got some greeny bits with white on it here, green. I'm going to try this piece. You can do what, you're happy with whatever colours you want to do yours. I don't know if I needed to variegate this. Maybe it's just plain. Goodness me, here we go. Look at that. That'll do. We'll use this one, eh? That we were just using before. We'll use this one. Okay. Get that through there. probably got too much thread. I have to fix this so they're both the same length and they don't muck about on me while I'm trying to get them to go through. Okay, so we're going to come up through here. We're not going to talk about or worry about anything for the time being. just do this, Sonya. Okay, so I'm going to go down in there and come back out at the top, alright? Now, I've got to wrap this. 1, 2, I don't know if I need to count them. I suppose 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what? I'm having trouble with the hoop thing. Okay. I've been doing this for a long time without a hoop, so I really think that's what my issue is too, because I can't get hold of it properly. As well as the fact that I have done some of these, but not a lot, just lately. Okay. Slowly push it back down there. Keep it reasonably tight and rolled nicely, and then get back into the other side with it. That's better. Yeah, that's what we like. Now I'm going to do just going to put these sections like I've got already here, and then see if we need to put more in there. Yeah, definitely not going to be able to work with that. The part I did, yes, sometimes you need them for different parts of your work, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10. I don't know how many this is going to take because I can't remember what. I've confused myself. What I did. Let's have a look and see how that goes. So you want a nice long needle because you're going to do the cast on stitching next for his legs. So. I do need to taper him down, but try not to do it too soon because you don't want him to be, well, whether he looks like what he's supposed to or not, I don't know whether he looks like this. But made a lot of insects. I'll show you the thing in a minute. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe 12. I don't know. Pull this through. That didn't roll very good, did it? That one. Now look, if you haven't been in any trouble doing this, don't you worry, because I've been making these for about 30 years. They don't always turn out ducky, do they? You just got to go with it. Now look, I see how the difference that it makes putting that bit around there. It makes him a bit higher, rounder, more dimensional. That's what we needed. That was the word I was looking for. Yes. You'd swear them people were just across the road, you know, but I suppose they are. They're about 2 or 3 houses down. You can hear all the things they're doing. It's a really big house. Jeremy said there's been 6 loads of cement, or concrete, whatever they call it, come there already, cement. Big 6 cement trucks come there. They've started coming there real early this morning because, well, I suppose it's Monday and they'd get back to work. And it's sat there for years empty, that place. We've been living here for 32 years. It wasn't a spare block all that across the street. There was no houses across the street from us at all. Now there's crescents and everything they've built down across there behind, over in front of us, but this is down the road a bit, and that block's on a corner and it's been vacant for a really long time. Somebody decided they wanted to live there, so that's good, I suppose. He doesn't know what his neighbour's like, though. His neighbour's very noisy. His neighbour has is a truck driver. And when he comes home for the weekend, they like to party. And they do party, and they party. And you can hear them really loud. And it's okay. Well, they might have to stop. I don't know. See what happens. They might party with them. You never know. And that's fair enough. I mean, the ones across the road partied for years, and then they got older and decided, and the kids just left home or whatever, and so you'd hear them till, you know, I suppose sometimes it went a bit long, but, you know, it was not nice, though, when there was fights and things, you know, there was not nice then. And the neighbours started, well, them people, I don't think they partied with any of the neighbourhood. The rest of us have all been sitting here, you know, been pretty quiet. Oh, my daughter used to have her friends come over. Sometimes after there was, you know, after they graduated and after the ball and everything like that. She didn't make too much noise. They were really good kids. Oh dear. Sorry about this. Just a bit of a leg problem. I don't know. It's my good leg. My good leg, when I sit in here, just gives me a hard time. Whether I'm sitting on a nerve or something, I don't know. It just really does. I don't think I actually have a good leg, but it's better than the other leg, you know. That's why I say it's my good leg. Better than my other leg. Pleased to have legs. Anyway. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And thank you to everybody that's wished me well with all my tests and things that I'm having done, but I'm sure I'll be all right. I'm nearly sure. I talked to the doctor the other day, and she was pretty helpful. You know, she rang me and spoke to me because I needed to talk to her, and she was really good to ring me back, and we talked about things, and I just have a few little personal issues, and I'll be okay. I hope I will, I'm sure. I'm not doubt it at all, but you know, you do get worried sometimes, and then you know, you've got to get things sorted out. This has been an ongoing problem for me for a while, so alright, this is fun. And this is how you do lots of different grubs and things. I can show you a few more things too if I get... I've got a few things that I'm doing at once, but I do like to have a change, and I do like to try different things, and I haven't done anything like this for a really long time. So, not too many, about 6, because he's right down to the end of his body now. If you've been watching me, you can see what I'm doing. Look what I did. Did you see that? Pretty cool, hey? Why did you see a leg going? I can't, I don't think I've got time. I'll have to do it on the next video, won't I? I didn't look at the clock to see how long ago that thing went off. Oh dear. So now I'm going to have to go because I wasn't paying attention. There's birds out there flying around in them trees. They get up there in their gutter, and sometimes if they're playing in the there's tree stuff in the gutter. They get up there and smack around in it and suppose they're making nests, I suppose, because the tree is very big and it goes up into our gutter. And if it, I mean, poor old me, I'll have to get up there and clean out the gutters again because of the tree stuff. It's not one of his favourite jobs, and I don't blame him. Okay, so now I better go, and I'll come back in a minute and I'll show you a bit more, okay? I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.